With all the talk on next year's ASEAN economic integration, a lot of financial experts are saying local businesses should up the ante to keep up with the competition. Expanding one's business can be a tall order, but there are techniques to make it both here and abroad. Now, helping us out with this is Paolo de Vega of the Young Entrepreneurs Society Philippines. Good afternoon, Paolo. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me over. Yeah.
A pleasure to have you with us. Now, global entrepreneurship sounds like a big term, especially for those starting out in the business. What exactly do you mean when you say global entrepreneurship?
Yes, well, the first thing that comes to mind when you say global entrepreneur is a business starting locally and then eventually expanding to sell their products abroad. Well, it's actually more than that. So global entrepreneur, well, it's actually more of a mindset, more of a characteristic or a trait of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And global entrepreneurs easily identifies cross-cultural opportunities abroad and uses them to create new ventures.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
For one starting out in the business, how do you think big? How do you think further to expand your business or to make your product attractive to the global market?
Well, creativity is really a necessity. So you always have to think out of the box. You always have to be innovative. All right, you always have to be competitive. That's it. All of those traits can be learned, though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but what are the benefits of expanding one's business outside the country, especially with the upcoming ASEAN integration? How will this help exactly?
yes, well, there are actually a lot of benefits. Too many to mention. But I guess the best one is you get to have a bigger market,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this market belongs to another culture. So as an entrepreneur, once you know the difference between two cultures, yours and the one outside the country, you tend to use that as a leverage, and therefore you form another opportunity, another idea. You also get to expand your network as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But how can businesses here in the Philippines keep up with this slated integration? Some are saying it will be a bit difficult for us in terms of competition.
yes, well, competition here in the Philippines is already difficult as it is. Dito kasi, small businesses tend to imitate. You create your own product, and then the next day you learn another company sells the same product as well. So, well, you're going to be dead the next day because that company innovates, adds value to that product. And more so when other products from other countries started pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to be competitive. The first thing you have to do is to just upgrade your product.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be ready, you just have to rebrand, set a new tone, set a new image. Okay? That's how you become competitive. For those who are manufacturing, I guess you'll just have to purchase those ISO certified facilities. And within the next few years, you're going to be competitive as far as operational.
Because when you're ISO certified, you can be accepted in the global market.
Yes,
so to speak.
You're going to be accepted internationally. So yeah, operational systems will be competitive for the next few years. And the third one would be to compete. Well, you'll just have to take advantage of the bigger market out there. So you go global as well.
But innovation and creativity indeed is very important, like you said. So most companies are encouraged to put in more money to research and development. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. That's a necessity. Capital is, should be there. It should be there.
Okay, so how do you gauge then when to bring your business abroad? What do you have to look into, or what are the most effective ways for you to penetrate the global market?
Yes, being a global entrepreneur, as I mentioned, you have to have a global understanding. You have to study other cultures as well. You have to be ready, and of course, money is an understatement. And you'll just have to look at a lot of things. You'll just have to look at the barriers, as we call them. First, there is the language barrier. Of course, your customer should understand you when you sell your products to them.
Okay.
There's what we call the marketing barrier. Of course, you can't sell pork to a group of Muslims,
Okay.
to a Muslim community.